Before you connect to your DVR over the internet, we must first connect to it over the network. Go into your DVR, right-click, and go to Main Menu. Once in the main menu, click on Advanced and then Network. In the Network tab, it will now show the IP address of our DVR down below. That IP address is what we will use for connecting to our DVR. Open up your web browser on your computer and type in http://, then the IP address you got from the DVR. The very first time we connect, we will need to configure Internet Explorer to accept the settings. Go to Internet Options, then click on Security tab, click on Trusted Sites, then click on the Sites list. Uncheck the box down below to require HTTPS, and then add our current site to the list. Then close. Now we're going to go into Custom Level, and you'll have to scroll about a third of the way down on the list, and we're going to click Prompt for Download Unsigned ActiveX Controls, and click Prompt for Initialize and Script ActiveX Controls not marked as safe for scripting. These two settings will allow it to load up the software that's needed in order to connect to our DVR. This only changes the security settings for those sites that are in the Trusted Sites list, so it will not affect any of the rest of your browsing. Then at the top, click and tell it to download and install the ActiveX control now that we've configured those security settings. It will only do this the very first time you connect to your DVR. Once it pulls up the user login, type in your login and password. By default, there is no password for logging into the DVR, so just click on the Login button. Once it logs in, you'll be able to see your live video. For this 4-channel DVR, we have the 4 panes with a live stream from each of the cameras. On the top right, you can adjust the volume if you have microphones plugged into each of the cameras. The volume control is independent for each of the cameras, and it will control the volume for the audio channel that's plugged into it. Down below that are the PTZ controls, which will allow you to move any PTZ cameras that you have. And then up above, we can take a snapshot to save onto your computer. To bring one image to full screen, you can double-click on that image and double-click again to bring it back to the previous layout. On the right-hand side, you can also click on 9, 16, 4, or 1 camera layout to control the number of cameras on the screen at once. To play back video from your DVR through Internet Explorer, go up to Playback. When you click on Playback, it'll bring up a window with a calendar at the top. It'll allow us to search for video, either a continuous or motion record, or all files. In the pane down below, it will show you the time of the video recording, as well as the camera that it's recording from, and the size of the file. Scroll through to find the file that you want to play back. Once you have found that file, double-click on it to begin playback. When you begin playback, on the left-hand side the video will appear. The green bar will move across, showing the caching of the video file as it downloads, and the blue pill will move across, showing you at what point of the file you are currently playing back. You can control the playback with the buttons at the bottom, or the playback volume control will control the volume of playback if you have a microphone attached to that camera on the DVR. Once done, you can select another file from the list to playback. The Internet Explorer viewing will give you access to any of the files that have recorded on your DVR. If there is video that you want to keep, then you can back that up directly to your PC by using the backup button at the bottom. Once you have clicked that button, at the top of the screen it will give you a message showing that it has backed up the video and giving you the path to that file. The path can be configured using the setup back on the main screen. Once done, you can click on Close on the file playback. If you are logged in as an admin, then you will have access to the setup, which will allow you to configure the DVR and recording path on the PC. Admin access will require that you have a password configured on the DVR.